One of the worst things you can do as a digital product seller is this, and that is to become complacent when you start making sales. Don't lose momentum when you start making sales. So say, for example, you're producing a lot of content, you're engaging a lot, you're sending out emails, and you've got into the flow. And then because you start seeing a few sales, you're just like, I'm going to take my foot off the brake. That's the worst thing you can do. This is the best time to double down if you start seeing sales. So when you start seeing sales, that's an indication that it's working, that whatever you're doing is working. People are seeing your content, people are interested in your message, and people need what you are selling. So you want to double down, and you want to do some research to find out where people are actually purchasing your product from. You want to look into your analytics, you want to ask questions. Usually when I make a sale, I ask the person, like, it's not always me, but it might be my assistant, ask the person, where did you see the link? And they'll tell you, oh, I saw the link on Medium, on this particular article, or I saw it on this video. And then what you do is you start to double down on that content, that type of content. For example, I created a video on YouTube some time ago about how I made $35,000 with PayHip. I had about 7 sales in the first couple of days on that video. And I asked people how they found this link, and they mentioned they found it on that video. That video was gaining traction at the time, and I realized that people were interested in that type of content, and people that watch that type of content are more likely to purchase something because they are looking for a solution to the problem they had, in terms of they've been selling on PayHip and they haven't been making any money, or they've been trying to sell on PayHip, they haven't been making any money, or they've been trying to sell digital products, they haven't been making any money. And so when they see that someone's making money, they're like, okay, this person might have a solution to the problem that I'm having, and I'm not making it, the problem that I'm having, which is not making any money. So therefore, they're likely to go into your video, check the description, and then click and buy. Okay? So when you start seeing sales, do not start taking a break because you think, okay, well, sales are going to just come rolling in now. Often you will see a massive spike in sales and then it will kind of dip. You see, so you want to just start doubling down on the type of content that you're producing that's giving you the results, the high converting content. Look through all of your content, analyze your content, and see, okay, which content is doing the best. And you just want to start to double down on that type of content. And trust me, you're going to start seeing more and more sales. Another thing is, when you start seeing more people signing up to your email list as well, you want to continue doubling down on the type of content that is actually converting. Do not take a break and say, well, I'm seeing sales now, I'm going to sleep for the next 5 hours. No, double down. The day that you start seeing sales, so say you get 1 sale, double down. Say you get 1 sale, that person that has just purchased something from you, you want to give them either a discount code, or you want to give them something for free, like a bonus, something in addition to what they've purchased. And that's going to help them to remember you. Okay, after they've purchased your product, you don't just want. Yeah, so you want to keep your products or your brand, your digital product brand, top of mind for anyone who's already purchased. So you want to be sending out emails. I'm not talking about just sending out lots of spam, but you want to be sending out valuable emails. So say, for example, someone purchases an e-guide. I have an e-guide called the Gumroad Blueprint. The Gumroad Blueprint is an e-guide that will teach you how to go from $0 to $50,000 a month with your digital products on Gumroad, okay? And it explains to you how I did it. And so what you'd want to do is, when that person purchases the Gumroad e-guide, you can send them a piece of content that gives them something additional relating to Gumroad, or you can send them an additional bonus, some kind of PDF or whatever it is you want to send them in addition to it, because they've already purchased something relating to Gumroad. And then a few days later, you could offer them something like Gumroad Digital Product Seller Coaching. So it could be like a one-off coaching call, or it could be like a workshop, a pre-recorded workshop that helps them to utilize anything they've learned in the Gumroad Blueprint. That's it. But whatever you do as a digital product seller, digital product creator, do not just start relaxing when you start seeing sales. Double down. I'm going to tell you to go even harder, especially if you're new to the game and you want to just get your name out there and all of that. Go harder. Create more content. Do not relax because you've seen a bit of success. It's a mistake. It's the worst mistake. I'm telling you, because I did the same thing. My first e-guide that did really well was the Blog Accelerator e-guide. That e-book started to sell instantly. As soon as I published it, it was instant. People buying. And I was going to the beach. I was in Ghana at the time. I was going to the beach. I was sipping on coconut water. I was chilling, thinking, oh yeah, this passive income, I'm making so much money. And I tell you what, the sales dipped. I went from making like 30 to 40 sales a day to like 5, then to 0. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I need to make more content. So I started to rush to make more content. Whereas if I just kept on steadily making content and kept that consistency up, the sales would have kept coming. But because I felt like I was making all this passive income, I was just like, yeah, let me just chill, let me just sit by the beach. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with sitting by the beach, but I should have sat by the beach after I'd published the content. I took a couple of weeks off and I stopped posting because I thought that I'd built this passive income machine engine and I just didn't carry on. Yes, everybody wants to build a digital product business because they want passive income, and in some way it is passive income when you build systems. But when you first start out, when you don't have all the systems in place, you still want to keep going and producing the content. And even when you do have the systems in place, content is always going to be important regardless, because you want to keep your brand top of mind. If content wasn't important, there would be no top brands producing content. They would just quit and just focus on paid ads, and that's it. But most of these brands are doing paid ads and organic content as well. Why is that? Because it works. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. If you're watching this video on TikTok and you want to grab any of my $5 products, I've got 2 $5 products that are part of my low ticket digital product challenge that I'm doing for the next 30 days. If you want any of those, my Gumroad blueprint, e-guide, and my content curation university course, if you want any of those, you can send me a DM and I'll send you the link. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check the description and I will put the Gumroad blueprint and the content creation university in the description for you to grab. Take care.